Hey YouTube, this is Jaden Storm coming from Team Shadow Strike, and this is going to be a deck profile that you guys probably have been expecting a lot sooner, but I just haven't gotten around to getting all the stuff to build it, and now I do. Minus 2 cards, they are coming in the mail. This is going to be my Genesis Minerva deck profile. I have been wanting to build this deck for a while now. It finally is complete, except for the 2 proxies, which 2 Minervas have not come in yet. I ordered them yesterday. They're supposed to be here by Saturday or next week. So, anyway, let's just jump straight into this deck profile. So, I will warn you before you watch mine. Mine is a little different, so do not hate. For the starter, I'm obviously using Amen Hoakari. You can use anything that you want, I guess. I know some people still like to use the Artemis Ride changes for the Soul Charge power. I don't like that because you have to play 4 copies of the Grade 1 and 4 copies of the Grade 2, and that can really clog up your space for better cards. You can use the Grade 3 Searcher. I've actually thought about switching to the Grade 3 Searcher at times, but if you do play the Grade 3 Searchers, you have to play Sayorohime, I believe. I think then it's a definite. Sayorohime is the Counterblast 1 for Soul Blast 3 when it hits the Vanguard, and I just prefer this, so that's why I'm going to stick with her. But I can see the validity of playing the Grade 3 Searcher for those that do. For my trigger lineup, I'm playing 4 Battle Maiden Kakurahime for 4 crit, 2 copies of Lemon Witch Limonche for 6, and 1 Cyber Tiger for 7 crit total. And you might be saying, well, what, Jade? You're not playing 12 crits? And yeah, 12 crits is definitely a good thing, guys. I just don't like to be. I don't like to follow the crowd, you know. And I have looked at a lot of Genesis deck profiles just because I wanted to see how most people are playing it, and almost every single time people were playing 12 crit, and I understand why. It is definitely a valid concept. But for my other 5 triggers, because if you know me, I play heals, so 7 crit, 4 heals, so that's 5 triggers unaccounted for. And those 5 triggers are taken up by 3 copies of Patrol Guardian and 2 copies of Spark Cockerel, so 5 stand triggers. Yes, I am playing 5 stand triggers in Minerva. Now let me explain why I'm deciding to do this. The turn that you cross Break Ride with Minerva, you're going to be on 23, and you're going to hopefully have 2 full columns. You can attack with a rear guard, then attack with Minerva for the first time. If you hit a stand trigger, you're getting another attack on top of a restanding Vanguard. So you can go rear guard, Minerva, and then have another rear guard attack, and then attack with Minerva for the second time, and then if you hit a stand trigger, you can stand up another unit for another attack. So it can lead to a lot of attacks. So that's why I'm doing it. I just wanted to be different. If it doesn't work out, I'll go to the 12 crit, you know, but I just wanted to try something different first. Like I said, the 12 crit, I'm not knocking it. I know that build will work because I've played 12 crit decks before, but I just want to. I've been playtesting the stand triggers and I've liked it. So that's just me. That's me. So hate if you want. Starting for grade 1s is I'm playing 4 copies of Goddess of Self-Sacrifice Kushinada. I don't like the Quintet Wall. I'm sorry, guys. If you play the Quintet Wall, you have to play Cider, and I don't like that because you have to have the Quintet Wall and Cider in your hand just to have yourself that effect. And if you want to have a better chance of playing Cider while having that 1 to 2 Quintet Walls, you have to play at least 3 copies of Cider. Well, I don't want to do that. I mean, I understand why it's good. You know, I'm not saying it's not a bad combo. It is a good thing that you can soul charge a grand total of 7 cards. I would just rather play the 4 regular old perfect guards. That's just me. Now, when Legion is a thing, I will be playing almost 1 Quintet Wall and about everything. Continue on grade 1s is 4 Witch of Oranges Valencia. This is your grade 1 that you want to ride. When she's soul blasted, you soul charge 2. So, then for the rest, we play 3 copies of Witch of Frogs Melissa. This is grade 1 when she is soul blasted. You may counterblast 1 in Superior Caller. And then for the rest, we play 3 copies of Ordaino. This card is I can justify playing 3 of it because I play the stands. even if I was playing the 12 crits, I would still play 3 of these because it is a lot easier for you to get those extra Minervas and Angelicas in the drop zone. And especially with the stand triggers, if you can use Ordainals to put them on the bottom of your deck and boost a rear guard, that way possibly being able to stand it up for another attack, it does really help. So I like the 3 Ordainal, but that's just me. Grade 2s. And I'm throwing shit. Grade 2s, I'm playing 4 copies of the Witch of Grapes Grappa. This is your grade 2 ideal ride, just like Witch of Oranges is your first. I guess they wanted to go for a fruit theme. So, same ability as Valencia. When she's Soul Blasted, you can Soul Charge too. So, good. It essentially cuts down Minerva's cost, because if you Soul Blast 3, her being one of them, you can Soul Charge 2 back, and then it was really just a Soul Blast 1. 4 copies of Goddess of Trees Jupiter for your 12k attackers. So that's pretty simple. If you have a Regalia Vanguard, she swings for 12. So, and then for the rest of my grade 2s, is I played 3 copies of the Witch of Ravens Chamomile. This is just like the Witch of Frogs Melissa. When she's Soul Blasted, you can Counterblast 1 and Superior Call it. Luckily, there isn't a whole lot of Counterblasting in this deck, because the only cards that do Counterblast are Chamomile, Melissa, and then Minerva. So there's only 3 cards that Counterblast in this deck, so you will have Counterblast to use, so it's not that big of a deal. For grade 3s, as we play, obviously, 4 copies of Regalia of Wisdom Angelica. So this is the Genesis Break Ride from the trial deck that came out a long time ago. Its ability is Limit Break. When a Genesis rides this unit, you may Soul Blast 3 to draw 2 cards, and this unit gets plus 10,000 power, so that's pretty decent. And also, when she attacks a Vanguard, you Soul Charge 1, and she gains plus 1,000 power, and that effect is mandatory. You must do it. And then for the final grade 3 and the boss, obviously, is we play 4 copies of Omniscience Regalia Minerva, and 2 of my Minervas are not in yet, but Minerva's Limit Break is pretty awesome, guys. It has the Eradicator, Descendant, Tetra Drive, Dauntless effect. Its ability is Limit Break. At the end of this battle that this unit attacked, you may pay the cost of Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, and discard 3 from your hand to restand this unit, and it gets plus 5,000 until the end of turn. So very, very good effect. So for you Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, and drop 3 cards. Heavy cost, but you do get to restand your Vanguard, and Minerva will gain an additional 5,000 power. And then her second ability is when you have Regalia of Wisdom Angelica in the Soul. She is a 13k body, so it gives Genesis a Cross-Ride Vanguard, which Cross-Ride Vanguards are our friend. They make guarding real easy. So, anyway, guys, that has been my Minerva deck profile. I hope you enjoyed this very much. If you did enjoy it, please in the comment section below do tell me that you did. If you have any suggestions for the deck, I'm always open to your opinion. Please keep in mind, if you don't agree with the stand triggers, guys, please don't just call me an idiot. You know, there are people who, if you don't, if they're, you know, just believe it or not, guys, the stand triggers do have, they really do help at times. You know, I do admit, you know, sometimes when you check them, they are going to be dead, but I do like having them because with a restanding Vanguard, 12 crits are good, but I just don't think, if you have a restanding Vanguard, it's going to be good either way. And, you know, people are like, well, you can get that early damage in on your opponent, and that makes it very harder for them when they have to guard Minerva, and that is true. But stand triggers lead to more attacks too, and it can sometimes catch your opponent off guard if you use stand triggers in a deck that generally doesn't use them, which is why I put 5 stand triggers in this deck, because you generally don't expect stand triggers in a Minerva deck. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. So in the comment section below, you can tell me what you thought about the deck, and please, I always like hearing your feedback. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I do monthly giveaways, deck profiles, all kinds of fun things. If you are new to the channel, go check out my September monthly giveaway where you can win 10 packs of Infinite Rebirth. So anyway, guys, thank you, which is set 15 of Vanguard. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. So thank you, guys. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, and thumbs up this video for me. See y'all later.